What's happening? Welcome back. My name is Mark Cornell and I'm your fitness executive. The topic for today's super simple. I'm smiling already because I already know that I'm right. And it's one of those things when research comes along and it proves that you're right, it puts a big old grin on your face. And here's why. The health benefits from riding a regular bicycle outdo the ones for an e-bike. Duh. Now, if you didn't know that, that's okay, because there's a couple of things going on here. One, e-bikes are really popular. There's all kinds of bikes coming around, and yeah, bicycles are bicycles, and maybe you know how to ride one. I hope that you do, and if you do, then you know that you'll never forget how to ride a bike. And two, e-bikes allow users into the world of bicycling, and regular conventional bicycles are the ones that propel us on a daily basis. Now, here's a disclaimer. I'm Dutch. I am very much biased towards a regular bike. I'm going to list just for you the benefits of an e-bike, an electric bike. It's ease of use, because an electric bike can make it easier to ride up hills or over long distances because the electric motor provides an additional assistance when pedaling. So it actually extends your range. If normally you can bike 10 miles, now you can probably bike about 20 or 30 miles, depending on the type of electric bicycle that you have. Two, there's some health benefits here, right? Riding an electric bike can still provide good cardiovascular conditioning. So you get a good workout, and it could be an enjoyable way to get exercise for anyone who may have difficulty pedaling a traditional bike due to age or injury or other physical limitations. Riding a bike requires some skill, okay? Now, there's environmental benefits. This is arguable before I even go here, all right? So one of the environmental benefits is that an electric bike is clean. All right, it's a green mode. It's considered a green mode of transportation because it does not produce emissions like a car or motorcycle. But here's where, if you're kind of going, wait, what? All right, where's the battery coming from? What did it cost to actually put that battery together? You know, how many kids somewhere in a mine had to, dig up a whole bunch of whatever to make this battery in order to get the bike going? So I'm already not going to agree with the environmental benefits, but just humor me, we're going to keep going. It's cost saving. An electric bike can save you money on gas and maintenance costs compared to driving a car. Now, this is where I do agree, because you make a one-time purchase into this e-bike, which is no doubt going to run you more money than a regular bike. But what it does do, it's very nice to the environment for us not to get in a gas-powered car or on a gas-powered motorcycle, as well as you're going to be able to maneuver quicker, okay? So there's a cost-saving benefit here that I do agree with. Last but not least, an electric bike can be convenient and an efficient way to get around in an urban setting, as it can be easily used to cover short distances and avoid traffic congestions. Overall, using an electric bike or an e-bike, right, it's going to provide you with an enjoyable as well as a cardiovascular workout. Not as good as the other one, but it's gonna definitely get you to get off your couch and move and go somewhere. That's what's very impressive about these e-bikes. And I rode one for the first time this summer, and it was cool. We went to a place where they have hills. There's no mountains in the Netherlands, so there's hills. There's some serious hills there, and ones that I rode as a kid, and I really enjoyed it because now, all of a sudden, we've got all this kick going up the hill, and, you got to go fast, boy. We're doing like 50 kilometers per hour. That's like 30-some miles an hour. And, you're pedaling casually. But you're putting up massive speed and you're covering distance. So we got from A to B very quickly. And by the time that we were done with almost a 6-hour bike ride, I wasn't all that tired. And that's something that I did appreciate. But then again, I like to move. It's not called a fitness executive, for it's more fitness than executive, okay? So getting on a regular bike, first benefit, all right? The obvious benefit, here we go. The first one, exercise. Riding a bike, right? Riding a regular bike can provide a good cardiovascular workout and can help to improve strength and endurance. Environmental benefits, duh, it's clean because you're the one that's powering the bike. It's green because you're the one that's powering the bike. There's zero emissions unless you have a little gas and have some beans, but it's like a turbo boost, right? If you didn't get that joke, we gotta talk. 3, cost saving. Bikes are generally less expensive to purchase and maintain compared to cars and other forms of transportation. You don't have to worry about running out of a charge. You are the charge, all right? Convenience. Bikes can be a convenient way to get around in an urban setting as they can easily be stored and do not require parking. It's the same as an e-bike. You can get around easy. You can store them easy. You don't have to worry about anybody, right? Not just in an urban setting. You can bike from one urban setting into another urban setting. If you live in the city of Las Vegas, try not to get on your bike if you love your life because people here can't drive their cars. It's scary out there, so please be safe. Fun and enjoyment. That's the last one here. Riding a bike can be a fun and enjoyable activity in and of itself, and it can be a great way to explore the outdoors and see new places. So, what do I think between the two? Well, here we go with some science for you, all right? There's actually been a study put out, right? And they studied between 2017 and 2019, and it just got released by the BMJ Open Sport and Exercise Medicine Journal. And they went off the World Health Organization's recommendation for all of us to move 150 minutes of moderate to vigorous physical activity is recommended per week. They did this study, and guess what? There's some obvious things here. For me, they're obvious. I hope for you too, right? So if you're trying to figure out, am I going to get an e-bike or am I going to get a regular bike? Here's some things that the research came up with. So researchers concluded regular bike users had a higher probability of reaching the mark, right? They set a mark so that they could actually measure what all these participants are doing between the regular bike and the e-bike. With this mark, they looked at the time, how much time was spent on the bike, what's the distance that they went while they were on the bike, and what did their heart do? How high did their heart rate spike? The study concluded that there was a reduction in duration, right? So people spent less time and worked less because their cardiovascular effort went down on an e-bike. They didn't spend as much time on the bike because you went a little faster, and your heart rate didn't do as much because you really didn't work for it. The bike did the other half of the work, so that's the obvious part, right? So that's a thing for regular bikes. I'm team regular bike, by the way. And in comparison, a higher percentage of regular bicycle users during the study were able to ride for 150 minutes or more at a moderate to vigorous pace. So don't get me wrong. I know that if you're being tested, you're going to put your best foot forward. I'm sure that a lot of people said, you know what, I'm really going to show all these e-bikers what's up. They managed to hit, without a problem, 150 minutes of moderate to vigorous exercise on the bike. The level or the bar has been set so low, especially for the world, but a lot of this shifts into the United States. And yes, as we know, this is a fat country. We're out of shape and we're overweight in the United States. E-biking, though, does come with a whole bunch of benefits. Is the US fat and out of shape? Absolutely. Compared to the rest of the world, oh my gosh, they're so winning. And it's not a good thing. My face even frowns a little bit because it's not a good thing to be winning that particular part of the race. But what e-biking has done, it's made it more inclusive. If you've been worried about how to get in shape, if you've been worried about the gas prices and inflation, now you can do that with a regular or an e-bike. Now the e-bike becomes a little bit more inviting because if you're injured, if you're too old, right? If you're too old to kind of say, oh my gosh, I don't know if I can cover the distance that I need to in order to get to my loved ones or to work, now that e-bike can help you because you do get the assist from the electricity, right? The E portion of the bike. So that same BMJ study found that most volunteers, their motive for buying a conventional bike or e-bike was for physical fitness needs. So both of them, right, both the e-bike and the regular bike, people were very much involved in saving the environment. So saving money and helping to protect the environment were other reasons for them to get on a bike. The conventional bicycles were better for reaching the proposed minimum of 150 minutes of physical activity in a week. And then the main finding of that e-bike is that it's characterized by less riding duration and lower riding intensity. There was less time spent on an e-bike than there was in conventional cycling. So if you're looking to get going and be environmentally friendly and be healthy, as well as being able to get around quickly, go get yourself a regular bike, okay? If you end up getting a e-bike, will I judge you? Absolutely not. I'm kidding. Hey, there's no judgment here. As long as you're active, then you're still lapping everybody on the couch, all right? Let me know what you think. What bike would you go for to begin with? An e-bike or a regular bike? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, and notification bell. So I made the sound because, I'm on a budget, so I can't really put all the sounds up. I'm kidding. Stay in touch, say what's up, share this with a friend, and see you later.